Hey, what's up guys, it's David here, back with another video. Now in this video guys, we're going to be reporting about some Inter Milan transfer news that have been going on in the past couple of weeks. Now as you guys know, the past weekend Inter lost to Bologna 2-1. I was very disappointed to see the result because I am an Inter fan, and yes, I did not watch the game because ESPN bought the rights in America, they bought the rights for the Italian league and they barely show any game, they show one game per week, so wasn't able to watch that. I don't have ESPN Plus or something, wherever they call it, but yeah, ever since that, Antonio Conte has been very, very frustrated with this Inter team, and Antonio Conte has said that he wants 6 players to reintegrate the squad. And the 6 players that he wants, some of them I can agree with, but some of them I can't agree with. So the 6 players that Antonio Conte want to sign for this upcoming transfer window are Sandro Tonali, which I've already reported about, that is probably going to be happening. Emerson, the left back / left wing back from Chelsea, that's a very good, strong possibility. Vertonghen, the 32-year-old center back that's going to be replacing Godin, because now Godin's basically like one of the last options for Antonio Conte in this system. Dzeko or Cavani. Dzeko would cost money. Cavani's on a free ever since he got released from PSG. And then our final signing would be Alexis Sanchez, who was already on loan at the club, but Antonio Conte really wants him to be permanently signed. But I don't really know about that one because Alexis Sanchez is on some high wages, and when it comes to him having high wages, I really don't like. These players are like 30 to 31 years old, I'm fine, but anybody that's like 32 up, I don't really want at the club because they're going to be on downhill ways. And yes, Antonio wants people that have experience there, but you can get guys that are like around 28 to 31 and around there. Dzeko's like 32, 33. Cavani's around the same age. And then Sanchez is like 31. So those signings, I don't really agree with. Same thing with Vertonghen. The only signings that actually make sense to me is Emerson and Tonali, because Emerson can play left back and he can play left wing back, which means he can go forward and he can come back on defense. Sandro Tonali, because we need options in the midfield in order to, because we don't really have that many backup options in terms of midfield, and then striker options too, because besides Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku, we only have Esposito and the players that Antonio Conte actually wants to sell. Speaking of Esposito, he wants Esposito to go on loan. He wants to sell Vecino, Godin, Gagliardini, I've heard, even though I would very much love that Gagliardini is still at the club because I very much like him as a player. Perisic, who's on loan at Bayern Munich, there have been rumors around that Bayern Munich are interested in purchasing Perisic. Moses, who was on loan at the club. Asamoah, Valero, who are at the club right now. Asamoah, I kind of did say in my video last week that I did really want Asamoah to be leaving the club. Valero, he's like 34, 35. I've heard he's rumored to go back to Fiorentina. So if he wants to go back to Fiorentina, he can finish up his career there. And then the final guy Antonio Conte wants to leave is Biraghi, who was on loan at Inter from Fiorentina, because we did a swap deal. We got Biraghi on loan and they got Dalbert on loan, and I've heard that Dalbert actually wants to stay at Fiorentina for the foreseeable future. So when it comes to the players that Antonio Conte wants to sign, I added up how much money, they're basically transfer market value, and I added up how much it would cost to buy all of these people. If they Inter were to spend their whole transfer window on those 5-6 players, it would cost a total of $98.5 million to buy all of those 5 to 6 players. Tonali, Emerson, Vertonghen, Dzeko, Cavani, or Sanchez. Now when it comes to Dzeko and Cavani, I only counted in Dzeko because Cavani, like I said, is going to be free this summer, considering he got released from PSG. But if we were to sign Dzeko, who was at Roma, who had been rumored to get Cavani, so that'd be imagine Cavani goes to Roma and then Dzeko comes to Inter, and Dzeko was rumored a lot with Inter last season because Antonio Conte really wanted a veteran backup striker to be behind Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku. So yeah, Tonali, I've heard, is going to rumored to be around 40 million. That's the price of Tonali. Emerson, is trans market value is 20 million. I'm pretty sure Inter Milan will get him for less. Chelsea I heard a couple weeks ago that Chelsea slapped a 40 million price tag on Emerson. Chelsea are not going to sell Emerson for that much. Chelsea have actually been rumored to be interested in selling Emerson due to the fact that they want to buy Kai Havertz for their team. So Emerson could probably go for at least 15 to 20 million. Vertonghen, his transfer value is 14.5 million. Dzeko's transfer value right now is about 9 to 10 million. So that seems like a decent price for Dzeko, even though I think we could get him for around 6 to 8 million. So about a little bit less considering the coronavirus and everything. So I'm really just taking their prices down. Tonali is a very young player, so Tonali's price will not go down. But all these guys, Emerson, he doesn't really play that much, and Chelsea's going to be looking to leave, let him leave. So he's probably going to cost around 15 to 20 million. That's what I said. Vertonghen, he's probably going to cost around 10 to 12 million because the coronavirus situation, and plus he probably won't be starting in a couple of years for Tottenham, so it's better to get him on the cheap right now. Dzeko is about, like I said, not 6 to 8 million because cheap, old, and Roma will possibly be looking to sell him if they got Edison Cavani. Cavani's on a free if Inter Milan actually go after him. All we would have to do is pay for his contract, basically. And then finally, Alexis Sanchez. His transfer market value right now is about 15 million. I highly doubt that Inter Milan will pay 15 million for Sanchez. I say we probably give him around 11 to 13 million. So it's about like it's about 2 to 4 million less than what I say his transfer market value is. That's just because, and Alexis Sanchez has already said that he really, really wants to join the club and he would love to play under Antonio Conte Silva. And the past few games, ever since Lautaro Martinez has been linked with Barcelona, Lautaro Martinez has not been doing good for this Inter Milan team. Alexis Sanchez has been playing very, very well for this Inter team. The only problem I have with Sanchez, this is the only problem I have with the Sanchez deal, is his wages. Manchester United are currently paying most of his wages. That tells you how much he's getting paid. And for someone like Sanchez at his age to be getting paid like he does, it doesn't seem right. If Sanchez really wants to stay at Inter Milan, he's going to have to cut his wages in order to stay at this club because Inter are not going to pay that much. The highest paid player Inter right now would probably be, I probably want to say is going to be Lautaro Martinez or it's going to be Skriniar once they give him a new contract. I think right now the highest paid player Inter Milan on salary is Romelu Lukaku, and we just recently signed him last year. Or it could be Christian Eriksen, who we brought in the January transfer window this year. So those are the players that are probably the highest paid players. So Sanchez, I don't really think deserves to be paid as much as Christian Eriksen or somebody like Lukaku or somebody like Lautaro Martinez or somebody like Skriniar. Because as they're playing right now, as they're playing right now, all those players I named are better than Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez is kind of in his prime, but kind of past his prime, so I don't really know when it comes to this. But in terms of the signings that Antonio Conte wants, I'm going to tell you which ones I agree with and which ones I actually kind of disagree with. Now, there may be some that I actually agree with that I may disagree with in my mind, but I feel like it would be best for the club if they sign these players. So the guys I actually agree with, Tonali, Emerson. I actually agree with Vertonghen because we do need another center-back option. We are very, very light when it comes to that position. Dzeko or Cavani, I'm not really sure. I probably want to keep Sanchez because Sanchez can play backup striker and he can play on the wing. So I would probably keep Sanchez and not spend the money on Dzeko or Cavani because that can go a whole bunch of different ways. That can go to contracts. Remember, we still have to sign Barella. We still have to sign Sensi, I've heard. So anything can go when it comes to that situation. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. I will be uploading more sports content like this, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and I will see you guys all later with another video. Peace.